What do you get when you mix a burner phone, a blogger behind bars, and a reality star in full meltdown mode? Oh honey, you get reality TV's biggest betrayal caught in 4K. Grab your popcorn, because this mess is messier than a Love and Hip Hop reunion fight sponsored by tequila and unresolved trauma. Imagine this: Bambi, raw and makeup-free, holding up a burner phone like it's the holy grail of betrayal, and Scrappy, silent, sweating, watching his whole redemption arc crumble like stale cornbread. And Tasha K. Sis is still in jail, but somehow orchestrating drama like she's the Beyoncé of blackmail. You thought the drama was scripted. Well baby, the receipts are real, the emotions are weaponized, and Scrappy's shady text messages just made their grand debut on, let's just say, they ain't love letters. Why was Tasha K thanking him for leaking the right scene? Why was he planning Bambi's public breakdown like it was a Super Bowl commercial? We've got burner phones, betrayal, leaked audio, and the kind of emotional damage you can't fix with a PR statement. So buckle up, because this scandal is about to detonate. Let's get into the tea boiling bitter, and absolutely scalding. Just when we thought the Love and Hip Hop universe couldn't get messier, the streets of the internet are practically melting down after a jaw-dropping leak rocked social media. None other than Lil Scrappy's alleged secret text messages to Tasha K. Yep, you heard that right. The queen of internet chaos, herself, Tasha K., is apparently sitting on receipts so hot, they could burn a hole through Scrappy's already reputation. And guess who's falling apart while the tea spills? Bambi. Cameras caught her mid-breakdown, mascara streaming, hands trembling, and sources say she didn't even know the full extent of what was about to be exposed until it hit her like a slap from reality TV karma. Now let's rewind this drama tape real quick. Scrappy and Bambi have had more ups and downs than a faulty elevator. From cheating rumors to courtroom spats, they practically live in the eye of the storm. But this is different. This isn't some rumor whispered in the shadows. This is a full-blown digital trail of betrayal. And who's in the middle of it? Tasha K., sipping wine and pressing send like she's launching missiles. According to leaked screenshots, Scrappy was allegedly spilling behind-the-scenes tea to Tasha about Bambi's spending habits, mental health struggles, and even her parenting. Let that sink in. He wasn't texting his homies or his therapist. He was confiding in the woman who put Cardi B in court. It's like texting the Grim Reaper your funeral plans. The texts were supposedly loaded with phrases like "I can't trust her no more. She only cares about clout," and wait for it, "I need to get my truth out there." Oh really, Scrappy? Since when did you become a truth teller in the confessional booth of gossip hell? Fans were quick to lose their minds when these alleged texts hit the net. Memes exploded. TikTokers were reenacting the drama in full wigs. One viral comment read, "Scrappy texting Tasha K is like calling the fire department to burn your house down." And honestly, it's hard to argue with that logic. But what makes this even more twisted is how it all started. Sources close to the situation say that Scrappy had been venting for weeks, feeling trapped in what he called a performance marriage with Bambi. He allegedly felt like he was being edited into a villain on the show and needed someone to hear his side. And instead of turning to therapy, family, or even just shutting up, he decided to unload it all on Tasha K, someone whose business model is literally built on exposing people at their worst. And let's talk about the texts themselves. Not just the content, but the tone. Petty, bitter, like a man scorned and spiraling. There were whole paragraphs about how Bambi sucked the life out of him, how he regretted doing the vow renewal, and even some bizarre tangent about how he should have never let Erica go. Yes, Erica, as in his ex. As in the same Erica, who has been quietly throwing passive-aggressive shade on IG stories ever since this blew up. This is starting to feel like a crossover episode that nobody asked for, and here's where things go completely nuclear. Bambi, already under pressure from rumors, allegedly saw the leaked texts while filming a segment for a new season. Cameras were rolling. Production was live, and her reaction, devastating. Crew members described it as a complete emotional collapse. She screamed, she sobbed, she even grabbed her mic pack and threw it across the room. One insider said, "It wasn't for the cameras." That was real heartbreak, and honestly, even with all the glam and the clapbacks, Bambi's been through the ringer. From being painted as a gold digger to navigating motherhood in the public eye, she's had to fight twice as hard to be seen as more than just another reality TV name. And now the man who promised to protect her is out here allegedly spilling her secrets like he's auditioning for a Tubi drama. Meanwhile, Tasha K is acting like she's hosting a digital funeral. Sources say she has RZS, DMS, screenshots, and even voice notes. Word on the digital street is she's preparing a full expose, YouTube series style. Some say she's just waiting on clearance from her lawyers because what she's got could make the Cardi B stuff look like a parking ticket. One alleged voice note from Scrappy to Tasha K even included the line, "I got files on her, she don't want nobody to see." And baby, if that ain't the messiest sentence since Tristan Thompson said he'd change, I don't know what is. But what exactly does he mean by files? Are we talking about receipts, video clips, legal documents? It's all speculation for now, but insiders claim there's more to come. A lot more. The messages hint at finances, hidden accounts, and even suggest that Scrappy was planning an exclusive interview to clear his name. And guess who was allegedly coaching him behind the scenes? Yep, Tasha K. It's like watching a car crash where everyone's holding a microphone and praying for ratings. Let's not forget the timing here either. This leak didn't happen in a vacuum. Bambi had just signed on for a new spin-off. Scrappy had been negotiating a podcast deal. And out of nowhere, these texts dropped like a nuclear bomb, instantly rerouting the narrative. Now, instead of headlines about new projects or healing, it's all eyes on the meltdown. And the fans. Oh, they're eating this up like free popcorn. Twitter has turned into a digital courtroom, with users dissecting every alleged text like it's part of a federal case. One tweet read, "This ain't love and hip-hop, this is law and order. Messy intent." Another said, "Scrappy talking to Tasha K is the reality TV betrayal of the decade." And while some are dragging him to hell and back, others are raising eyebrows at Bambi, asking what secrets she might be hiding that got him so desperate to run to an enemy of the industry. Because let's be honest, if you're texting Tasha K, you either lost your mind, or you've got nothing left to lose. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, the digital trenches exploded with more than just screenshots. Was a full-blown digital autopsy of Scrappy's so-called loyalty. The same man who once sobbed on national TV about keeping his family together was now outed as the architect of his own downfall. With an inbox that read like the script of a reality show gone rogue, these weren't your average WID texts. Nah. These were slick, manipulative, and laced with just enough charm to make you forget he's married with a whole family on camera. Tasha K didn't even blink before reading them out loud like Sunday scripture. "You always knew what I needed before I did," one message read. Another, more damning, simply said, "I ain't never had peace like when I talk to you." Bambi, don't get it. Brr. Not only did this man expose his fractured marriage, but he turned Tasha into his personal therapist and sidekick in one breath. And Tasha, she leaned into it with the enthusiasm of a woman holding all the Uno cards. Every response was like gasoline to an already raging fire. Viewers couldn't decide what was worse, his betrayal or the way he romanticized his disloyalty. Meanwhile, Bambi sat in her confessional chair like she'd just walked into a courtroom instead of a reality TV interview. Her eyes puffy, her voice shaky. But that girl kept her composure like a queen in the middle of chaos. She looked dead into the camera and said, "I always knew there was more, but I never thought he'd be this bold to disrespect me publicly." With Tasha K, mic drop. Twitter erupted like it was the Super Bowl halftime show. Fans started a thread so long, it could have been its own documentary. One user tweeted, "Scrappy fumbled Bambi for Tasha K's attention. This season already top 5 reality betrayals." Another simply wrote, "This man cheating with a blogger. We down bad as a society." But wait, it didn't stop there. See, when you open Pandora's box in 2025, it's not just a scandal, it's an ecosystem of mess. Sources close to Bambi allegedly said she found out about the messages weeks before they leaked, but was trying to protect her kids from another public breakup. Baby, she was out here shielding her babies while Scrappy was busy playing Loverboy in DMs, like a teenager on MySpace. And the receipts didn't end at the texts. A secret audio file was leaked late Tuesday night, voice allegedly belonging to Scrappy talking about how he couldn't be his authentic self around Bambi and how Tasha let him breathe. First of all, sir, you weren't at a yoga retreat. You were in a marriage. And second, you can't talk about breathing freely when you're suffocating your wife with secrets. The audio had fans dissecting every syllable like it was the film. One YouTuber went live for 3 straight hours breaking down voice pitches, background noises, even theorizing that Scrappy might have been at Tasha's house while recording it. And let's talk about Tasha for a second. This woman didn't just drop the texts and vanish show, no, she monetized the hell out of it. By midnight, she had 3 exclusive reaction videos, a merch drop that said, "Let him breathe then sis," and a teaser clip promising more unseen messages coming Friday. She ain't just breaking news, she's branding it. And that's when things really hit DEFCON 1. Bambi's best friend, who we'll call Keisha for now, went live on tears streaming down her face, screaming into the phone, "You don't do a woman like Bambi like this, you just don't." She been there through every fake music career moment, every missed gig, every baby mama drama, and this how you repay her. And the fans were eating it up like it was popcorn night at a soap opera premiere. Some defended Scrappy, saying he'd been emotionally neglected, while others clapped back, "If you want a therapist, go to one, don't sleep with the blogs." Meanwhile, Love and Hip Hop producers were probably doing cartwheels in the editing room. You could hear the budget increasing with every leak. Even Mona Scott probably had to light a cigar and toast the chaos. Then came the mother of all twists. A new thread emerged from a burner account claiming to be Tasha K's former assistant. This account dropped an alleged screenshot where Scrappy says, "I know I messed up, but I don't regret talking to you. You helped me see what I was missing, y'all." Missing? What exactly was he missing? Peace, or just the thrill of being messy without consequences? That screenshot alone had everyone rethinking Scrappy's image. He wasn't just being messy, he was emotionally invested. He was moving like a man who was already planning life after Bambi, and that, more than anything, shattered people's perception of him. Because this wasn't just infidelity, it was a full-blown emotional affair, backed by a blogger with millions of followers and zero chill. Tasha wasn't just a third party. She became the narrator of his secret life. And the timeline, it don't lie. Fans were quick to dig up every podcast, every exclusive, every sly shade Tasha dropped in past months, and suddenly, it all made sense. The smirks, the cryptic captions, the "I'll let y'all know when the time is right" vibes. She was planting seeds this whole time. Bambi's supporters started a digital prayer circle, asking the universe to give her strength. Meanwhile, the memes rolled in. Scrappy's face photoshopped onto a snake, Tasha K dressed like Olivia Pope, and Bambi's expression turned into the new "when you realize" reaction gif. The streets were talking, and Scrappy, he was dead silent. Not a post, not a tweet. Not even a story of him pretending to be at peace while chaos burned around him. And you know, in today's world, silence is louder than any confession. The fans knew something bigger was coming. Something deeper, and baby, they were ready to dissect every pixel of mess that came with it. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, Bambi walks straight into a camera meltdown that sends shockwaves through the reality TV universe. Yes, baby, this ain't no regular Love and Hip Hop scene. This was raw, unfiltered, and a complete unraveling of the cool, collected image she's tried to protect for years. Word on the street is, the footage wasn't even meant to be seen by the public. An anonymous insider who claims to have been on set leaked that Bambi completely lost it during a closed-door confession taping. No script, no reshoot, just one mic, one camera, and one woman completely at the edge. According to our source, Bambi started throwing jabs at not just Scrappy, but at producers, castmates, and even the security guard who tried to hand her a tissue. She was done being silent, done being painted as the villain, and done pretending she didn't know about Scrappy and Tasha K's shady alliance. What followed was 20 minutes of pure chaos, allegedly filled with bombshells about money, laundering, NDAs, and pay-for-silence schemes tied to Scrappy's team. Bambi reportedly claimed she had been silenced in the past with cash payments to not disclose what she knew about Scrappy's late-night habits, his secret burner phones, and the number of girls he supposedly kept on payroll. But here's where it gets icy. She dropped names. Real names. Not just influencers or groupies, but stylists, promoters, and even a known record executive, who she claims brokered the deal for Scrappy's secret texts to never surface publicly. That confession, now leaked online in grainy, shaky cam footage, is all anyone can talk about. Social media exploded, with hashtag Bambi Breakdown trending within the hour. Users dissected her every word, matching it to Scrappy's previous statements. And let's just say the math ain't mathing. While some fans praised her bravery, others questioned the timing. Why now? Why release this just as Scrappy's team was gearing up for a defamation lawsuit against Tasha K? Coincidence? Please. This is reality TV warfare at its finest. Bambi's confession seemed almost too perfectly timed to undercut any credibility Scrappy had left. And if we're keeping it 100, she might have just ended his whole brand with one raw moment of rage. And while Scrappy is reportedly laying low, dodging paparazzi, avoiding interviews, and staying off social media, sources say his legal team is working overtime. Because apparently, what Bambi said in that meltdown wasn't just emotional venting, according to documents floating around Twitter. Parts of her confession may have legal implications, especially if the NDA payments she referenced are tied to hush money over more serious accusations. Allegedly, one of those payments involved a minor influencer who was underage when the supposed relationship started. If even a fraction of that is true, we're talking investigations, charges, and career-ending consequences. Tasha K, on the other hand, is eating this up. She's been retweeting clips, posting cryptic messages, and teasing a new video drop with never-before-seen screenshots. Oh yes, she's not letting go of this bone anytime soon. Rumor is, she has voice recordings. Yes, actual voice recordings, of Scrappy discussing ways to neutralize Bambi's narrative before it went public. If that's true, we're not just talking gossip anymore. We're talking potential tampering, coercion, and a full-on PR war turned legal disaster. And speaking of disasters, let's not forget how all of this is affecting those around them. Erica Dixon reportedly had to pause filming her next project because the media circus surrounding her baby daddy's scandal made it impossible to move without cameras in her face. Friends close to Sierra Gates say she's worried about her own brand being dragged into this just by proximity. Everyone's playing defense, and the fear is real. No one wants to be caught in the crossfire of a war that has now surpassed messy and entered criminal territory. Meanwhile, fans are flocking to old clips, trying to decode moments that didn't make sense back then but are suddenly dripping with new meaning. Did Bambi flinch when Scrappy mentioned Tasha K during that reunion episode? Was that tension between her and Erica deeper than we realized? People are analyzing micro-expressions, background chatter, and cutscenes like this is an FBI case, not a VH1 reality show. But maybe that's exactly what it is now, an investigation. The internet is acting like judge, jury, and forensic examiner, while the court of public opinion hands down a daily verdict on who's lying, who's hiding, and who's about to be cancelled. And let's be real, Scrappy's silence is only making it worse. Every day he doesn't respond, the speculation grows louder. Is he in rehab? Is he hiding out in another country? Did he sign over his phone rights to his lawyer? At this point, he could post a cooking video and fans would demand to see the inside of his spice cabinet for clues. But until he speaks, the only narrative out there is Bambi's, and she's not pulling punches. Insiders say there's more coming. A second tape, a diary, screenshots that go all the way back to when they first met, and according to one producer, Bambi even hinted at releasing a full timeline of every betrayal, mapped out with receipts, dates, and the kind of personal intel that could make Scrappy unhireable in the industry. It's no longer just a scorched earth mission. She's done playing nice. She's done crying quietly in the corner. And if Scrappy thought he could slide through this storm with a few PR spins and a silence check, Bambi just proved she's got more in the vault than anyone expected. This is no longer about Tasha K, or even just about the texts. This is about power, survival, and revenge, served cold on a camera that just wouldn't stop rolling. And there you have it, another bombshell dropped right in the lap of those who thought they could get away with it. From secret text messages to explosive breakdowns on camera. This scandal isn't just shaking up timelines, it's rewriting reputations. But now the real question is, what do you think? Is Scrappy really just a victim of manipulation? Or is he playing everyone like a reality TV chess game? Is Bambi truly heartbroken? Or is this a masterclass in public sympathy? And what about Tasha K? Was she just the messenger, or the chaos conductor behind the scenes? One thing's for sure. The drama is far from over, and the truth might still be buried under a pile of deleted messages, staged outbursts, and crocodile tears. So don't just scroll past. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know whose side you're really on. If you want the real tea, the unfiltered, messy, no-holds-barred truths, then hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the next jaw-dropping expose. Because over here, we don't sip tea. We spill it. Stay locked in, because what's coming next will leave you speechless.